Hey guys, it's Tech right here and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing our first ever PC build. That is right. If you guys did not know, today we're building a $900 PC. So if you guys did not know, we're going to be using a lot of used components because the third-hand market is flooded with them right now. And of course, let's go to the same thing with my PC right here. If you guys did not know, my PC died. That is right. This PC I built 5 years ago finally died on me. And if you guys did not know what happened, there was a power outage in my house, which caused the PCU to die, and on top of that, the motherboard. Now, if it was just the PCU, I switch it out, fix it, then we're good to go. However, the motherboard died and they don't make that chipset anymore. So I can't use my i9 CPU anymore, so we're gonna go to AMD. Since honestly, the price for performance is honestly really good just because the market right now is pretty bad, in all fairness. So let's go over the specs. Storage, what we got is a Samsung 1TB Evo M.2. That is right, this is only a total of $56. And on top of that, we've got ourselves a 4TB Barracuda hard drive, which you can get this off Amazon for $64. So for 4 terabytes, that's pretty insane of hard drive space. There was also a 2TB version of this, which I'll link down below as well, which is like $50 or something like that. But honestly, spending another $10 to get the 2 more terabytes is honestly well worth it. For the GPU, we're gonna use a 2080 Super. That is right. Now this is used, so if you were to find one off like eBay, the third-hand marketplace, it'll probably cost you around at max $500 or as little as $400 or maybe even lower than that. I see some around like $250 and stuff like that. So you could probably get a really good deal for GPU as long as you find a working one. And so that's what we're gonna use for our horsepower, which is honestly overkill for the CPU we're gonna use. Now for the case, what we're gonna use is an NZXT H500. Now, you of course can buy the NZXT H510, which is on the market, and you can get that for like, was it $84, which is pretty good, but I'm gonna use the case I already have. And if you were to probably buy this off like a third-hand marketplace like Facebook Marketplace or eBay, you can probably get as little as $50 or even less probably, if you find the right seller. Remember, we're going with 16 gigs of 36 megahertz memory from Corsair Vengeance. This is $70 off Amazon. You could probably find it for a little bit less depending on what you want to do. They also sell like a 24 megahertz, which is even way lesser than this for like only $55. So yeah, but that's of course our memory because we want to use a high frequency for our Ryzen CPU. For the CPU, we're going with the Ryzen 5 4600G. This has integrated graphics into it. On top of that, it's a 6-core, 12-thread processor, and it's honestly not that bad. It only costs $86, and you can get this off Micro Center for cheaper, so it's a pretty good deal. Next, for the motherboard, we're going with the Gigabyte B450M DS3H Wi-Fi. So this will support our CPU, of course, and it has the bare minimum. It's not too expensive. It's only listed for $80, so this will be perfect with our CPU. We got 700 watts of thermal takes to power supply. This is only listed at $55, so it's a good power supply for 700 watts. So it's probably a bit overkill for the CPU, but for the GPU, we gotta be safe because this is supposed to be recommended 600 watt, but I'm just gonna go 700 watt for upgrades down the line because why not? What we're gonna do next is build this PC and then run some benchmarks and testing on it with some games. So the PC is finally built, turned out pretty good. Now I didn't do a whole build part of it because I just need to get this done for my main channel because you guys did not know this is my workstation. And we're actually gonna install next the Windows onto it via USB. It's actually gonna have Windows 11. The reason why we're going to use Windows 11 was 1, I want to use Windows 11, and 2 is because I want to do videos on how to fix problems for Windows 11 for the tech channel here, so that way if you guys ever have a problem, you could probably come to my channel and be like, GMAN's probably got a solution, so I'm trying to get you guys back with this. So what we're going to do, the install is quite simply plug that on in. We're going to go over here, turn on the power supply of course, then we're just going to power this on, and everything worked like so. It should just power on with no issues. And yeah, we're good. Now what should we happen here? That we should see Windows pop up the Gigabyte. So what we're gonna do here is plug in our mouse and keyboard into this and set up Windows. So we got the Windows pulled up, so what we're gonna do is click next, we're gonna click install, and with that it's just gonna start setting up Windows. Now of course I already have a Windows key on hand. I'm just gonna use a Windows key to plug this on in and set this on up. So we're gonna activate this real quick by typing in the key I have. Now that we got the key installed, we're just going to click on check that. We're going to click custom install. So what we're going to do here is install one of these drives, and I actually cleared out the partitions off this drive because of my M.2 because it wasn't installed properly, and there's nothing on there important anyway, so I just delete it. And now what we're going to do is click that drive, and we're actually just going to let it install now. Once this is installed, we're then going to install the rest of the things, which will be our drivers for, of course, our GPU, and then we're of course going to send the RAM frequency to the RAM speed of the actual RAM that we have, so that way we can maximize our speeds. Now that we've got Windows 11 installed, what we're going to do is go into Internet Explorer, install Google Chrome, which is pretty straightforward. We're going to click here, we're going to click install Google Chrome, and just go from there. Once Google Chrome is downloaded, what we're going to do is click on the dots over here, go to downloads, and then we're going to click Google Chrome exe, and we're going to run this, and then we're all set to go with Google Chrome set up. Now we're on Google Chrome, we're going to look up GeForce Experience, and then we're going to go to this page here, which I will have a link to down below, and we're just going to download this, so that way we get the most recent drivers. Once GeForce Experience downloaded, we're just going to download the latest driver. We can also double check to make sure this is the latest one, but of course it's going to be the latest one, and then we're just going to install this like so, and then our drivers are going to be installed for our GPU. Now that our driver is installed, the last thing to do is set our RAM speed to the memory of our actual frequency. So what we're gonna do is right click on Windows, we're gonna go shut down and sign out, and we're just gonna click restart. And while the PC restarts, what we're gonna do is mash the delete key in on our keyboard, that way we can get access to the BIOS. Now that we're in our BIOS, what we're gonna do is go into advanced memory settings, and what we're gonna do is change this from disabled to enabled, so that way we can use XMP, and with that we're all good to go. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna save and exit and reboot up our PC. Now we'll be able to tell if everything worked if we go into our task manager, under performance, under memory, and it should say right here, instead of the 2133, was it 3600 megahertz? And it does say that, so we're good to go. Now we'll get into the fun part, was testing out this new PC, so let's get into it. And that is of course a $900 gaming PC. Hopefully guys did enjoy this PC build video, because this is my first one ever, and my next one I plan to do a $1,000 PC build with a budget. So yeah, definitely get subscribed so you don't want to miss out on that video. And if you have any games you want me to actually test while I test out a new PC, let me know in the comments down below, because I only did Apex and Fortnite today. But if you have something else you would like to see, I'm always open to options. So yeah, until then, I'll see you guys for another tech video. Tech Grant out.